without further ado, headphones on. I really hope the audio is gonna come through. But five, four, three, two, one, go. And yes, you're getting the audio. Let me just make a mark. That's like 7 minutes. I will be uploading these as videos. I'll be uploading these as videos, independent from the live stream. Wow, I can't talk, and let me balance audio real quick. Yeah, I'll be uploading these as videos as well if you missed the live stream, so you don't have me rambling, and I can kind of split them into individual episodes. I will say, I like these uniforms. There's a positive about Picard. The ships are kind of gray and dark, so it's a bit hard to tell because it's a red alert. But, you know, I like the ship interiors for the most part. And if I somehow blindsided you, Ukrainian Scrimshaw, with when I started, now is your time to interrupt, because we've only just started. I will say something I don't like about this whole sequence is how my mic is kind of right in the middle. I really should have thought about this going forward. Oh, I should note, actually, I haven't seen the last two episodes, but I'm pretty sure, like, everything that happens. You know, I've heard what happens. So, like, I know, you know what, is this gonna be spoiler if people haven't seen season 2 yet? I'm gonna try and keep it vague. We'll see how it goes. I'll announce before I do a major spoiler, but, like, I know who that was, on the bridge. I also have to say, but the Picard's theme song in season 1, I really liked it. It was actually one of the better parts, like, of Picard. They butcher it in season 2. They absolutely butcher it. Like, this is fine. I don't know. I'm never one for remixes. I liked how light it was before. Ukrainian Scrimshaw. I've seen all Star Trek, so you can't spoil me. I know I can't spoil you. Yeah, I don't know. Is this... We'll see how it goes. Like, I'm sure it's gonna get into spoiler territory. It's gonna get into spoiler territory, yeah, but, I'll announce before something's big. If you're watching, like, the recording of this, and you haven't seen Picard, I'll try and announce. We'll see how things go. Snape killed Dumbledore, though, just so you know. Yeah. I'll say the theme music's not as bad as I remember, going back. But I just like the first one so much more. And I get thematically this is more appropriate, but I don't know. I just really love the first version, and I'm kind of interested what happens in season 3 with the music. I'll be honest. My doo-doo was ahead, by the way, before everyone starts freaking out. Here we go. I'll do a little sanity check of the show's audio. There we go. Hopefully you're all in sync. Do we actually know where Chateau Picard is in France? Is it, like, outside Paris? I don't know. I forgot they beamed the grapes. What is everyone else in the field doing if they're beaming the grapes. Maybe they're inspecting the grapes. I'm just kind of enjoying the music, honestly. I like this sequence. Um, I don't like uh, designing a logo on a holographic interface, like a transparent one. This is the key example I use of why, like, they wouldn't be universally good. But all in all, I like this sequence, and I've just remembered that he's in love with the Romulan lady. uh, Thinking back on Picard, um, I I keep going like, why did I hate this so much, you know? And then I remember little details like that, and I'm like, oh yeah. Mike is clipping a little and slightly garbled. Let me see what that could be. Is my bitrate good? Let me know if it persists. Okay. Sorry, I was just worried that I wasn't getting forced subtitles on my DVD rips. But I think I wasn't supposed to. Were there forced subtitles there? Can someone tell me? Also, the vineyard is in a few places, I believe. The main one is Bordeaux, in the region of. I'm not good at French. Are there a few vineyards, or is it just inconsistent? I actually don't know where this plot line goes in the season, like what happens when he comes back. Oh yeah, God. If Picard wasn't framed like this, I think it wouldn't be. I think I would be less harsh on it. It's not even framed and like a Picard is running from things. That's why I went to Starfleet. It's just spoken like that, and Picard is, Picard is the Trekkie's Jesus. I like to say I he's just that moral guide. Why is he like this? I guess is the word. I don't actually remember because I the whole season's about like his mother and stuff. It's not because of his mom that he's afraid of connection, is it? And like, if it is, why? I'm not sure if I got that with what I remember from these later seasons, these later episodes. But it sounds like a Freudian field day, you know? I took a psychology class at university, and on the Freud like section, literally just anything if it like had anything to do with having sex with your mother, then it was Freud. That's like what I did on all the tests and the exams and stuff. Like, and all of them about Freud were about having sex with your mother. So it worked out. Hello, Benjeni. Uh, you can see the timestamp on the stream, hopefully, if you want to get us synced up with episode one. I know Paramount Plus is a longer timestamp than I do, but that's because it ends with an ad. It it is linked up. I don't remember a lot about the circumstances between like these scenes, and I don't think I finished them. I don't think I got to the full resolution, but so I'm gonna talk about it more as the episodes unfold. But as someone who is autistic, I remember really hating the depiction of like someone with a serious mental disability and what their family did um, in the like TNG esque time. Like it was one of those. My main problem with Picard is that it has a lot of things that on their own aren't like that bad, but they imply like a society that got a person into this position. It implies a lot that just in my opinion shouldn't really be in the utopian Star Trek we see. And I know there's a lot in this first episode, so maybe I'll cite more examples as they come. But yeah. Oh god, I forgot that scene where like I love that where like the sky just explodes and then someone calmly instantly contacts Starfleet and they're like, "Please advise. What are we gonna do? I don't know." Mm. By the way, we're also looking for good quotes that are like inspirational, but also highlight Picard for the Watch Order guide. I know that's kind of contradictory because Picard isn't very inspirational, and like this is what great about Star Trek, but I do need one. So let's keep an eye out. I know they're not gonna, but after this, I kind of hope in season three, Crusher comes and like they just start banging, or like they go full on into a relationship. Is that the Promethean battlecruiser in a bottle on his clock? Oh wait, here's the quote. I hate how dark gray that is. And the solar panels. I like that auditorium, actually. That's a real cozy auditorium, actually. I like it. I'm actually hopeful for season 3 if they keep interiors like this. Remember that, it'll be on the test. God damn it, Picard. Why can't your room be as tidy as the sky? That could be a quote I can use. You know, what's that? 1650? I can look at that. 1650 quote, maybe. I'm sorry, did I ruin that? I kind of like Picard at the academy in his old age, you know. I like kind of a lot of this, you know, everything's fine stuff. I mean, Seven's not a good example of the everything's fine and dandy. I mean, in some ways, it'll be interesting to see what season 3 does um, in the, like, proper, like, Federation current times. Is my mic fixed, by the way? Did my cords get fixed? That's why they have Starfleet logos on them. Starfleet medical logos. There we go. Oh yeah, Rios isn't on the ship anymore, is he? I'm like, where the heck is Rios? Ukrainian Scrimshaw. Not sure if the quote from this season or series, but one of his lines that always stuck with me. It's possible to commit no errors and still lose. That's not a flaw. That's life. That is from Drumhead TNG, which is not what I'm looking for. But yes, it is a good quote. It's for the Watch Order guide. I'm specifically looking for quotes from Picard, and Seven can't say them because that would be a spoiler. Picard can say them. Even though it's technically a spoiler that Picard is in Picard, I think I can live with that. That's an interesting gun. Um, huh. Hawking radiation. I was about to say, I guess if they're Romulans, it's a black hole, but they're not Romulans. Wait, were they like? Did they happen to be right in this area? I think the biggest problem with the first episode for me is that like they have to keep the main cast together and put them in the show, and in a lot of ways it doesn't quite make sense, or it's a bit awkward. Like I think it's a great idea to get rid of most of the cast in season 3. Like Soji is a great example because she plays the exact same character she did in season 1, but it's just a different person. You're still very crackly. I'm gonna swap my mic out. Give me a second. Well, but I want to complain about this scene. This is one of the scenes. I'll come back to it. Hang on, give me a sec. How about now? Is this better? I've swapped out my mic. It might also be my headphones, actually. Let me know if it's better now. Oh, hang on. There we go. How's this? New mic. Perfect. Brilliant. My partner's mic is broken. Shit. That scene bothered me because like her exact line is like, "Oh, this is how pretty people talk," or something, how flirt or whatever. And Girardi, like, I'm fine with Girardi being kind of shy, insecure, whatever. But like, it's one of those lines that bothers me because it's like Girardi is, as a Hollywood actress, a pretty person. Like, it's look at her. It's hard to imagine that like people don't try and flirt with her too frequently to the point this is something she'd say, and it implies like a society where she grows up with the expectation that like prettier people mingle together and flirt together more, and the prettier people get flirted at more. And it's the cigar, God, it's I don't know. It's just, yeah, Picard. Um. Oh, and the Stargazer, because that was so. Okay, Rios is the worst captain ever, and knowing what happens in episode 10, I'm doubling down on this. The Stargazer. If you want my thoughts on the cigar, go watch my review. Yeah, I was waiting for an Eagle Moss model to really judge this ship. It's not bad. I mean, 4 nacelled ships have never really been my thing. I do like the Stargazer original, but that's a pretty good design. It's just not really my thing. Oh, Hang on. There's a Rutherford reference in here, isn't there? In the background. Is that how you say that? I wish Picard's uniform had color as in charge of the academy, you know. Which Excelsior is it? Wait, is he a cadet going on the Excelsior? If he's studying? God, that would have been a controversial book in Vulcan. That book, I've never thought about that before, but like, I like to think the Vulcans are more, you know, accepting of human emotions and stuff around this era, but God, Spock writing about like the actual emotional experiences. Like, by the way, you know, perfectly makes sense, but I think it would have been like it would have caused a storm on Vulcan. I also think we missed the Rutherford reference. There's a mention of like a Commander Rutherford, please report to something or other. Um, yeah. Oh, there she is. Could have bought the XL Eagle Moss model, but I decided not to. I'm into Lego now. I like it. I like the design more looking at it, but again, it four nacelles just not really my thing. But it's a good one for four nacelles. Mm, fuck you. Just fuck you, Rios. This is a good bridge, actually. I've said this before. I don't know if it's the same person, but ever since Discovery's fifth season, no, fourth season, the interiors have been phenomenal in the live action. Fuck you, Rios. Man, you know, whoever did this is an idiot. They should have just done English. We would have understood it. Okay, I'm gonna abandon the spoiler-free nature and be like, yeah, I get Girardi would have to send that message because that's the message she just saw. She couldn't have sent a bigger, like a different one, but you know. Oh, and here's the dumb bit about 10 forward not being, deck 10 forward section. Picard is like very interesting because it simultaneously seems to like not really care about canon, but also care about like a specific slice of the canon. Like, why is it deck 10 forward? Well, it doesn't know that it's because of the location on the ship, but it's like gives a reason. It's like, why does Picard have a British accent? Someone no one has cared about for decades, but this gives an explanation for, which isn't unwelcome, I'll say, but it is like a bit odd. It just it's interesting. Also, yes, hello, Guinan. Lovely seeing you here. Amen. Well, here's another weird example. Like, that was a weird example. Like, why not just say, yeah, she's getting old. Her species has centuries of longevity. But also, this example perfectly sets up an older Guinan to show up in the past, and then they just recast a younger person. It's like, what? Wait, is Sori and Brandy like very incredibly strong? Because people drink that all the time. Hang on, yeah, that's absolutely not true. Crusher, the woman, um, that like who plays the piano. There's the woman who he abandoned from like Will Always Have Paris, who I guess was temporary, but yeah, I'm just remembering how beautiful that episode with the girl who plays the piano is. Like, this is what I mean. It's like, I don't know. It's odd. See, it's like I don't really have a problem with what was just said. I can see it. I get that take on Picard absolutely. but it's like randomly framed as why did you start exploring space, which doesn't really have anything to do with what was just said, but that framing is like blasphemous. You know, it's taking this pinnacle of morality. It's like saying Jesus just did cocaine. We've just discovered evidence Jesus was a massive cocaine addict, you know? It's like, now that I've said that, though, I would love the cult that like becomes dedicated to cocaine Jesus. I think that would be amazing. That'd be interesting, you know. Is that a Discovery shuttle? No. No, I don't think it is. Oh, I learned something. Everyone remember Admiral Sheer fucking Hubris? My partner told me recently she's part of the band Vulcan Death Grip, which I love that they just got her, like, they got someone from that band. Don't know anything about that band, you know, other than that their amazing name, but I liked that trivia. That's a very good Borg voice, actually. Like, to me, that's just the sound of the Borg, you know? The hive mind. Brilliant. But does this mean that Girardi has memorized the entirety of Article 14? Maybe it like the hive mind just collectively knows Article 4. It's like the rest of the message is the entirety of Article 15, but like slightly misremembered. It's actually most unusual. So we, the people of the United States, do hereby declare our independence. It's like, it's kind of right. Well, I guess I own the house now. Indeed, it's unexpected. Like, you know, I don't even know why half of us are here, honestly. Why is Seven here? Because Rios let her on? Like, worst captain? It's a nice interior. It's like halfway between TNG and Discovery, which is kind of throwing me off with where it is in the timeline, but I quite like it. I don't like the engine hum. That is not an engine hum. That's a bad mic. Yeah, I wish the Federation was, especially now, like more accepting of the Borg. I, I don't know. I mean, the Federation has kind of always been, you know, they've had these reaction to things like androids, the Borg, whatever, like outside our hero ships, but whatever. You're back early.
Yeah, they canceled my appointment and didn't tell me. I'm a bit angry about it, but I can't get into it because you're on stream. But I have strong feelings and I'm very upset.
Well, Maybe we're not doing 3 episodes today. We'll see.
You can do 3 episodes. Long story short, they canceled my appointment for the same reason they moved my appointment. But because they use their personal phones to contact me and not the work phone, if I don't recognize a phone number, I don't pick up. And I don't check my messages often. They're like, oh! And they're just like, well, we can't do color because we're going back to after 5. We're going back to closing at 5. And I was just like, okay. And they're like, here's what we can do. I was like, this is what the worst. Like, and they're like, can you do this time? And I was just like, no, because I won't be back in the valley till a half hour after that, like I just told you. And I was so close to freaking out on a customer service representative, but I didn't. I wanted you all to be like, no, you're going to fit me in and do my hair because that's what I'm paying you guys to do, and your guys are the ones that messed up. But I didn't. I got my gas, and I came home and I'm ordering nachos because I need a pick-me-up and I crave salt.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. We're now joined by Alex, everyone. But not really, probably.
Alex is going through a few things. Hello, everybody. Sorry you had to hear that minor freak out. I am very...
That's what's on the other side of the anomaly. It's just Alex, and they're very upset about things.
Because you know when you specifically make plans in a day, so you're mentally prepared when those plans fall through, you get mad. I'm frustrated to the point where I am tearing up.
Well, someone says, welcome back, Alex.
Hello.
Or Warner Brothers Alex, but I think it's the first one.
Hello, Ukrainian...
Scrimshaw.
Scrimshaw.
Has that always been your name, by the way? Because I recognize you, but I do not recognize your name. I know people's pictures. Benjenium as well. I know you, but I'm sure you changed your picture, I think.
I mean, they've had to have been to the stream before to know who I am.
Yep. I don't think they've been to streams before.
Or like...
Well, no, some of them, but... Yeah.
Given that I just ranted about, are you really going to argue with me on stuff right now?
Oh, wait, she said Excelsior. Let's see, is there an Excelsior class in there? Or if they refitted it?
Excalibur?
Excelsior.
Excalibur, from United Kingdom, I'm looking for heaven. I'm going to California. Excalibur.
We're watching an episode.
Excalibur. Oh, you're watching an episode?
Yeah, it was one I also hate. Like, Picard had this as well, but Seven should really know, like, how the Borg work. But that's not how the Borg work. You changed it. Might change it again. What's the name of a card game you and your friends played? No, made up as kids. You're half Ukrainian. I thought you changed it, but at least I can I have to remember at least one of them. Then I can keep everyone in track. Just no one changed their picture and name. So of humans. Not species, but, you know. I'm also wondering, like, you know, if these people join the Federation, surely this would have massive, like, impacts on the galaxy, the Federation technology. Maybe episode 10 or season 3 will address this, but I hope this gets touched on, you know. That is just Girardi's voice, isn't it? Like at the core of that hive mind. Comment? What do you eat? Wait, they didn't have their shields up yet. Okay, we'll see. Is there a... Oh yeah, it's the Stowe Fleet. I like conceptually that they included the Stowe Fleet and canonized a lot of it. I'm just not a big fan of most of the Stowe Fleet. For a lot of the reasons I'm not a fan of the Titan A. They kind of feel like weird fan designs and remixes that the Federation would never really build. But I'm glad that, I like the respect. Maybe I should play some Stowe at some point, like on the channel or as a stream. That might be interesting. I've never finished Stowe. I'm really mixed between two worlds, and that these actions don't really make any sense knowing fully what's happening, but also Girardi has no choice but to take these actions because those are the actions she saw herself take the first time. Power, because, that sounds threatening, even though she really just wants to charge her batteries, I'm sure. I hate that line. Even if that's not what that line ultimately ends up meaning, it's such a I've written a line that you're supposed to take one way, but I'm supposed to seem really clever when you realize that it means something else.
Why can't I have steak?
It's like, the line is, we want peace, but first we need power. And then little tendrils come through and plug into the machinery.
Why can't I have steak?
Because you want to be a poultritarian. Which is a vegetarian, but who eats chicken. I've got some vegetarian patties in the fridge that I didn't realize weren't vegan. I've just realized, Alex, you shouldn't look at the screen as well, because there's going to be some spoilers.
I'm having a minor meltdown. It's fine.
Sorry, I'm allergic to Borg.
Why do none of these places let me alter my nachos? Sorry, everybody. I'm getting frustrated with life.
That is about to join the Federation. What could possibly threaten Season 3? You're out of time. Why did she say that? I haven't seen episode 10. I'm kind of interested to see this from the other side, but... What? That's literally... You could make fun of those codes, but for a time, those were literally the nuclear launch codes, but without the word destruct. Look, the law said they had to be 8 numbers, so the military made them as easy to remember as possible. And then wrote them on sticky notes next to the button. See, that's just, like, cheaty. They got the voice actress for his mother to say that line. That wasn't Girardi's voice. That was his mother's voice.
Steak nachos and nobody want me alter my steak nachos. I can't have tonkotsu because it's made out of pork bone. No, it's made out of tomatoes.
I am wearing noise-canceling headphones, by the way.
Good for you. You don't get to hear me complaining, but chat does.
Ukrainian Scrimshaw. One of my biggest gripes about, quotes, Picard, among many, many other things, is how they treated 7 of 9. 7 has zero resemblance to a character from Voyager. Sad because the character was so good. I have not seen Voyager in quite some time. I can see similarities in how she's acted. You know, I can recall situations where she was angry at the Federation, so I can't comment as much on that. But yes, this is definitely not the road I would have taken 7 down, and I would have loved... from my memory, I could argue it is like a natural progression. I could see that, but I would have loved something lighter. Just for Picard in general, I would have loved it to feel lighter. Maybe I wouldn't complain about 7 as much if it was around an otherwise just lighter show set in Utopia. I think a lot of my gripes would probably be diminished if the universe was still utopian, you know. I mean, TNG, Deep Space Nine especially, Voyager, have very dystopian things, but still like a lighthearted show. I love, by the way, how this scene is what I always said that they would do. Like, it's so easy. Just the scene writes itself. Like, wow, you've gotten old. Literally what I had for, like... It's so easy to just bring him back. Which, by the way, if the last episode of Season 3 is not called ... must come to an end, then what the hell was the point of this series? Literally, like, that's all they have to do. It'd be so amazing, but if it's called anything else, then what the hell was the point of this entire series? And there we go. You've got an ad. We're gonna end it now. Episode 1, at least. I don't know. We might continue on from here with episode 2.